Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about something very near and dear to me, and that's analog cameras. More specifically, high 8 cameras. The specific high 8 camera that I have is the Canon ES8400V. It's a pretty cheap camera. I got it for $60. It also came with its own tape, so that was really lucky for me.
Since tapes cost around 15 bucks.
Now with this specific camera, what I want to do with it is I want to transfer this analog signal into a digital signal. And the way that you do that is basically with a fuck ton of cables. So I'll show you the first thing that I used. I tried to figure out by using these connectors, which are your
audio video out.
And I do use a specific type of this, just not this one specifically, because this connector is broken. Also, don't be stupid and buy one of these boxes that has all of the video outputs into HDMI. This is only useful if you have like a projector or you want to put your analog footage on a screen. That's cool and whatnot, but it's not how we get it on the computer.
How we get it on the computer is by using a USB. And it's using this specific converter that I bought. I'll put it on screen.
Second of all, you have to figure out if your camera has an audio-video output or if it has a different connector.
With the specific cable I got, it doesn't really matter because it has both.
Here's what it looks like when it's not connected. So you have your
audio video out,
and you have this one black wire that's bigger than the other ones and has like prongs. This is, I think, a composite output, but my specific camera doesn't have it, so we're not going to use it for this example. So if you see specifically with this one, it doesn't have the pointy bits on it. It only has the female counterpart. I believe that's the term for it. So you have to get these cables, which I just got a really long one for like $3. And then you just match all the inputs to the outputs and you plug this part into your computer. What should happen is it should look green like that, and the other side of the cable should look like a regular 3.5. Now we're going to take our video camera, and on this side where the yellow part is, we're going to plug it in. So it should look like this, just plugging out of the camera into the computer with it looking green. That means that power is being sent through. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move over to Windows.
What you're going to want to do is download a software called Streamlabs OBS. The installation process is pretty simple. As long as you don't have administrative passcodes on, then you should be able to install it just fine.
Once you open up the program, it should look something like this. If there's something else on there, you can just click delete on whatever. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a new source, video capture device. Click add source and then select which one. This one will automatically go to probably your camera, like your webcam. Here we can see what that looks like. But for our purposes, we're just going to use the other one that comes with it. It should be labeled as AV to USB Type 2. I have everything set to pretty much default. Anything that the settings say is fine, I just do. And then we can turn on the camera. So you can see that there is no input. We'll go back a little bit on the film. Stop it. And then we'll press play and record at the same time. So you'll see a little bit of the previous set that I recorded, and then it will cut, and this is where the next set begins. So I'm going to let that record for a little bit, but once your file is done, it should be in your videos folder or whichever folder you set it as, and it should be an MP4. If you're going to be uploading these videos, it's best to keep them in MP4. I do notice that with having it in OBS, it gives it a weird stretching effect, so in my editing software, I tend to just de-stretch it a little bit. But that's up to personal preference if you want a more widescreen or more 4:3 look. Anyways, that's pretty much all that there is to it. All you really need are 2 cables and the camera and the tape itself. If you have any issues with it, I recommend just trying to test each piece of equipment by itself and troubleshooting it. That's the way that I figured out what was wrong with mine, and I eventually found out that it was the cable and not the camera, thank God. But yeah, I hope somebody found this helpful, and see you later, bye.